Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from Houston, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Hope you guys are fired up and ready for a fantastic weekend. One of the things I'd like to share with you today is a way that you can give a gift to the people you care about the most that you might not even realize is actually the most important gift to most people. And with Mother's Day coming up this weekend, I think it's very important just to address it because it could end up being a blessing for, maybe say your mom or someone in your family. So here's what it basically is. Never miss a good chance to just be quiet. Never miss a good chance to just really shut up. And here's what I mean by that. Most people actually listen in a conversation with the intention to reply back. They don't listen with the intention to really hear what's going on in that person's heart or mind. And so the challenge we run into with that is that you have people who are really just starved to be listened to, quite frankly. Man, this is looking freaky, isn't it, back here? I might as well just change this background a little bit. So most people are just looking for an opportunity to be listened to. They haven't had an opportunity, had anybody that just takes the time to listen to them. Most people listen with the intention to just respond. They're hearing a story and oh, you know what, that happened to me too, or yeah, oh, I know somebody that happened to. Fantastic. And it's not a bad thing, guys. It's not like it's a terrible thing or that it's going to even hurt anyone. What we run into, though, is just the simple reality that there are some folks that they just want you to listen to them, man. They just don't really want to hear what you have to say. They really don't want to know what your opinion is. They really don't want you sometimes to even identify with their story and say, they're not looking for you to say, that happened to me too. Or the folks that you talk to and they're just like, well, oh, really? Well, you did that? Well, I did this, and then I did this. They're not really even looking, especially for that whole one-up thing that people can get caught into. I'm going to propose a challenge that the greatest gift you can actually give to somebody is to really, truly listen, just to listen. Listen just to listen. And a challenge that I would give you that is it's a huge part of coaching. See, a lot of people don't understand what coaching really is. A lot of people think coaching is teaching or talking or sharing. And for the most part, that's consultation. It's even training. True coaching is asking powerful questions that create an opportunity for someone to self-discover within themselves. You see, one part of your brain is activated when somebody talks to you about something and they teach you, you should do this, you should do that, here's what you should do. That activates one part of the brain. An entirely different part of the brain that is responsible for creative problem solving is activated when a great question is asked, because then that person has the opportunity to what we call self-discover. So if I tell somebody something, that's not a bad thing. If they come up with and formulate the solution on their own, it becomes part of who they are in their DNA, because that was a thought that was maybe structured through a question to bring revelation to that person where they gain understanding themselves. So they formulate that, and that comes through clarifying questions. So what might that sound like? One of the things I love asking people when I meet them, strangers, is what they're most passionate about in their life right now. Like, what are you most passionate about in your life right now? And what's really sad, believe it or not, a lot of people aren't passionate about anything, or they don't know what that is. And yet, when you have an opportunity to visit with somebody or meet them for the first time and you ask them what their passion is, you have an opportunity to really listen. And then you can continue to ask clarifying questions like, tell me more about that. That's fascinating. Well, help me understand that. Well, how did you come to that place? Well, where do you see yourself a year from now? So I'm just going to suggest, if you really would like an opportunity to build deeper relationships with the people you already care about and love, or you want an opportunity to really get to know somebody, never miss a good chance to just shut up. Just be quiet and listen. I've heard it said in the past different ways that you can tell when you're around a great person because, of how you feel about them when they leave, like, wow. But you've been with somebody magnificent when they leave and you feel better about yourself. So who do you want to be? Do you want to be that person that people remember because of how amazing your stories were? Or would you like to be remembered as that person who made the other feel amazing? The choice is up to you by the questions you ask. God gave us a mouth that can shut and ears that can't. What does that tell you? Something to think about. Have a great weekend, guys.